My name's Renell Shaw. I'm a songwriter, composer and music producer. You are tuned into The Floor. I heard about The Floor through a friend. They recommended that I check it out and I just liked what I saw they were doing. I'm so for how technology has helped to push music further. I still think we're figuring out how to work with it in a holistic way, but I think we are definitely on the right trajectory of making that happen. What I'm considering using the fund for is to buy some doorless equipment. With every bit of equipment, you create in a different way. You know, some create limits, some open up new ideas and expansions. So I'm looking at this MPC as the brain to an album that I'm developing and figure out how I can take what I know and I've experienced and push it through this piece of technology and see what it gives back to me. And my process is, I don't know how I'm going to get there, but I know I have the tools to get there, and I trust that. I've got a phrase that I tell myself, compasses, not maps. It's so easy to kind of try and map out how you should do things, and then if it doesn't go that way, you're like, oh, but I was supposed to cross the bridge to get there. And it's like, nah, let's make this a little easier. Anytime I look back at what I've done, I'm always like, okay, I didn't know I could do that. What else can I do? So I love the idea of scaring myself a little bit. It started for me with poetry. I started writing and that was down to my mum. She was trying to find a way for me to channel things emotionally. And that developed into rapping and that moved into writing for others. So my latest project is the first movement of a body of work I wrote called the Windrush Suite. And my thing was, I wanted to find ways to tell that story through dance and movement and specific ways of shooting that didn't make it feel like a music video, but expanded on the story of the Windrush generation coming over here and their contribution to Britain. I remember the year that I realized, yo, you can do this. Like, you can actually make this your career full time. I started to take it really seriously. And with that, you lose some of the joy. Till I was about 26, 27, when I started to teach myself how to just fall in love with it again. What The Floor is consistently doing for me is keeping my artist head at the forefront. I do a lot of stuff, sometimes as a sideman, as a composer, as a producer for other people, and I love that. I love helping bring people's visions to life. So when I'm now having meetings with people from The Floor and they're asking me, what do you want to do? What do you? I'm like, oh yeah, me. This is about my thing. And The Floor is really encouraging me to keep myself at the forefront. And also, it's making me realize that by putting myself at the forefront, I actually help lift others up as well.